at the beginning of the podcast, we talked about the wheels falling off of our show, and I think that it's the perfect time to talk about the wheels falling off of another show. What's going on with AEW? And I'll let's just kind of go over. I think it's best to just kind of go over some stuff, and we can discuss whether or not this is a work or shoot. Because golly.
Words fail us.
Words do fail me. Because we had so much hope for this company.
So much.
So in the last month,
I still remember saying to you at one point, I might be done watching WWE.
I remember that. I think we recorded that.
It was so good. AEW was so good.
Yeah.
And WWE was struggling so much. And now that just seems such a
that episode
memory.
that first episode of Dynamite really just took the roof off.
So good. It was so good.
So in the last month, we have had some experiences with AEW that include but are not limited to the Young Bucks sending out feelers to WWE. Rumors that is happening. There is no longer they have not produced a new episode of Being the Elite in 3 weeks now. 4 weeks now. Several members of their talent have already been rumored to start wanting to jump ship. Chris Jericho is Ring of Honor champion.
Right. I mean,
there needs to be some brevity to that statement. Let me just, in case you didn't hear it, Chris Jericho, the Ayatollah of rock and rolla, the fourth member on everybody's Mount Rushmore of professional wrestling, is Ring of Honor champion.
It's a bit of a downgrade.
And then CM Punk is just being CM Punk.
CM Punk, I think, has proven that it wasn't really about WWE.
He doesn't like professional wrestling.
He just hates what he does.
He doesn't like doing it.
He hates what he does, and he hates everybody he does it with. That's kind of like I've jumped ship. I'm off the CM Punk train. I'm done.
It's such a hard thing to do too, because we wanted to be.
Because we wanted. I mean, it was years. Everybody was chasing the return of CM Punk. His name was chanted for a decade after he left.
Yeah.
Anytime anybody sucked in the ring, they're like, you know what? It would be fun right now.
CM Punk was doing Punk. Anything.
Let's chant it.
And then there's just this MJF business. Now, I think the MJF business is more work than anything.
It's looking more and more like a work now, yeah.
But it was really a very convincing work.
It was.
He did that promo where he begged Tony Khan to fire him.
Yeah.
And then was gone for a month. And then came back
he was missing, remember? Like he was gone. We talked about he wasn't tweeting, he wasn't talking to anybody.
And then came back at All Out as dressed as a demon, coming out to Sympathy for the Devil, which he gets credit for because it's my favorite Rolling Stones song. And then he won the Casino Battle Royale, right?
Yeah, right.
But even that was not handled as well as it could have been because he came out and everybody knew that it was him. Like immediately everybody knew that it was MJF. Like that's not how you do surprises.
Right.
There was literally no reason for the mask.
Right. It should have just been him coming out. They shouldn't have tried to delay the surprise to the end. It was me, Tony.
It was me all along.
It was me all along.
But you have all of this talent that's just like in the last month or so, which we have noted, it's the Helmsley era.
Right.
But they've noted that they've just decided, like, we don't want to be here anymore. We
Greener
want
pastures,
to be.
yeah.
And I think that is the problem. So the problem is that the greener pastures only looked greener because the grass was so dead in WWE at the time.
Because Vince had salted the earth.
It was just by comparison. But you got over there and it's like, this is okay.
Yeah, it's better. It's not great. Good, not great.
So what do you think? I mean, do you think there's like a reason behind all of this? Do you think there's something you can pinpoint?
Some of this is down to the personalities. CM Punk's junk is down to CM Punk. I mean, CM Punk's real life fight in the background, and that whole debacle and all that. I mean, it's not my both my brothers are the same way. They're the kind of people who can't be disrespected. You disrespect me, it's a fist fight. Like, that's what it feels like. And so it's hard to work with that kind of person.
Yeah.
And obviously that has manifested itself really rather quickly. Like, he hasn't really been in AEW all that long.
Nope.
But honestly, I really feel like Tony Khan's a madman.
Yeah.
He has an obsession with trying to beat WWE to the point where he's coming off like a bad Eric Bischoff. Tony Khan ain't no Eric Bischoff. Eric Bischoff made it into a show.
Yeah.
Eric Bischoff made it into something fun to watch. Tony Khan just feels like a spiraling lunatic anytime he brings up WWE.
Oh,
just don't define your entire existence as a company, as a brand, as the thumb in the eye of WWE.
Yeah.
Especially when everybody wants to leave your company now. Everybody's trying to jump ship. Just be you. Focus on you.
Yeah. Just
don't
be the show.
Don't mention Hunter. Don't mention WWE.
Yeah. And I think that really is kind of the crux of it all. Is because Tony Khan, for some strange reason, it's almost like he started the company just because he didn't like WWE.
Right.
Just because he I'm trying to even compare it to like a character on a TV show, like, who's just upset, he's like the Joker. His only obsession is to kill Batman. He doesn't even care about doing evil most of the time. He just wants to kill Batman. He doesn't even know why he wants to kill Batman sometimes. He just wants to kill him.
So I think, honestly, that he's always been this way, and we didn't really notice until Vince stepped down. Yeah. Because we agreed with him for the most part.
Yeah.
Vince was crazy. Vince was making big mistakes. WWE was floundering, content-wise at least. And Tony Khan was saying all the things we were saying. But now Triple H has taken over. Things are so much better immediately, and there's only nothing but optimism. And now he's still saying those same things. You're like, oh, no, not anymore. No, you can't say that now. How dare you? Yeah. How very dare you?
Yeah. And it
Bluey reference there.
Yeah.
How very dare you?
So I think it's really down to two things. We can just really pinpoint this on two things. One, it was too much too fast. Mm-hmm. Because Tony Khan is essentially made of money. And so really he could kind of do whatever he wanted. He could get all of this talent in. And so, but when he was just getting enough talent to fill up the AEW roster, that was fine. But now he's doing Ring of Honor. Now he's doing New Japan. And he's sending all of these guys all over this place. They're just out. You know how to take the reservation.
You don't know
how to hold the reservation.
Look, it's been cool too. I mean, it's been cool seeing the Forbidden Door type stuff going on, but there's only so much of that you can do before Chris
Jericho is Ring of Honor champion.
Yeah, exactly. It's not a treat if you have it every day. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. No, yeah. It was too much too fast. He started getting all of this talent because he knew that everybody wanted to see,
right.
And he had, when it was just a bunch of indie talent that nobody was seeing, when it was Sammy Guevara, when it was Hangman Adam Page, when it was John Silver and Orange Cassidy and the Dark Order, and all of these guys, and then you had Cody Rhodes,
right,
and you had Chris Jericho, and you had a couple of really big names, but then you just had names that you had heard of. Like, it was cool, but then
it was a great starting roster.
Yeah. Oh, it was a fantastic starting roster. Then COVID happens. All of these cuts start getting made in WWE, and he's like, "Oh, I could get those guys too, and really use them the way that people want them to be used." But he's not using them the way people want to be used because the whole place is chaos. It's cocaine-fueled chaos. I'm not making accusations. I don't know if he does cocaine or not. But that's kind of what it feels like. It's everything.
Yeah.
Every single moment is just Vince Russo crash wrestling.
Yeah.
And it's like nobody liked Vince Russo. Except for Vince Russo, bro.
Vince Russo loves himself some Vince Russo.
Oh, man. If there is one person on this earth that doesn't blame Vince Russo for what happened at WCW, it's Vince Russo. The other problem that they had was when they hired all of those people, Tony Khan did not realize something. Tony Khan did not realize that the reason all of those people were unhappy was not because they hated WWE, the company. They hated one dude. Their disgruntledness came from one person, and that was Vince McMahon. But now Vince McMahon's gone. And so these people are going like, oh, this place does suck. If I'd have just waited like 6 more months.
Right.
I mean, because there's a possibility you're going to lose the Young Bucks, which if you lose the Young Bucks, you have one of your original members from the roster that wasn't Chris Jericho.
Right. Right. Johnny Gargano really thread the needle there perfectly between getting released and realizing, you know what, maybe I should hold back. This could be good. Yeah. And then making it back in at the perfect time. I
don't think I mentioned this about Johnny Gargano. Maybe I did. Just a side note to this conversation. Johnny Gargano made me so mad. And I hate saying that because I love Johnny Gargano. But his first night back on Raw, I watched that segment, and he picked up the microphone. And did you watch the segment?
I did, but I don't know what you're
okay. So here. He grabs the microphone, and he goes, "Man, it's been so long since I've done this. Let's see if I remember how this works." And it was the moment in The Office, where Andy gets fired, and then the very next episode, he's like doing one of the talking heads. He's like, "Oh, it's been so long since I've done these. Where do I look?" Like, dude, shut up. Don't. That's not a fun joke.
It's been 2 weeks.
It's been 2 weeks, man. It's fine. It's fine. Like, oh, it's been so long since I've done this. Like, and
how do microphones work?
That was what he said, I think. Wasn't it? Yeah. Well, how does this microphone work? I don't know why he's John C. Reilly. How does the microphone work? This Russell.
Stick with a ball. Just talking to the ball?
Anyway, yeah, like all these guys are going like, oh, it just got better.
Yeah.
Like, that's why immediately Braun Strowman went back. That's why immediately Karrion Kross went back. That's why immediately Malachi Black started desiring his release. I mean, it's
like, if you can't say that WWE is going to keep this momentum forever.
no.
But like I said in the first segment, like right now, it's just banger after banger. Like there's no losing for Triple H right now.
I think, but honestly, I think the best thing for Tony Khan is to let them go.
Yeah.
Just let them all walk away. Let Keith Lee go.
Oh, please! I need more.
Let Keith Lee go.
Real
let
NXT
Samoa Joe
Keith
go.
Lee.
Well, he's already let Malachi Black go. Let them all go.
Well, he's let him off TV.
Yeah.
But Malachi Black, I think his contract is still until 2025.
Oh man.
So it might be a while.
Whatever you got to do. I mean, but do whatever you got to do to keep the Young Bucks. And just let everybody else go.
Yeah.
And start back from square one. That's the only way. Push the ever living garbage out of MJF and Kenny Omega and Hangman Adam Page, and just let everybody else go. Because it's too much. It was too much too fast.
Right.
Is really what I think it was.
You'd benefit from a soft reset.
Very, very much so.